Hey guys, it's Penguin here, and welcome back to another goal making video. Now this video is going to be slightly different, as in, yes, this is still targeted to goal makers, however, anybody can find this useful because we're going to be talking about reputation today, and exactly how you can get as much reputation as you can, and we're also going to be discussing why you should get this reputation and what type of rewards come with this. Now the two factions that we are going to be talking about are the two new ones inside of Korthia. These are Death's Advance, as well as the Archivist Codex. Now these are both unique to the Korthia zone, they just came out in patch 9.1, and both of them have a pretty good reason to level up. Now specifically for gold makers, the reason why you want Death's Advance is because once you hit the Honored level, you are able to unlock the Crafter's Marks 3, which is basically the better version of Crafter's Marks 2 items, and so you can craft those items and start sticking them on the auction house. So that is the main reason for gold makers, and that is why you want to get this reputation at least up to Honored. Now for the Codex faction, the reason why you want to get this up is because at rank 4 you will be able to unlock the Crafter's Marks of Chained Isles, which is basically a better version of the Crafter's Marks 3. However, it does have one downside, which is that it becomes a unique item. Now these two factions work perfect together because both of those Crafter's Marks are very unique on their own, so most people are going to be buying, let's say, if there's 5 item slots that they want to upgrade, 4 of those 5s are going to be the Crafter's Marks 3 items, and then they're going to buy that one eye level 230 item from the Chained Isles Crafter's Mark, and that's going to get that final piece. So these work flawlessly together, and you definitely want to make sure you get both of these up, but without further ado, we are going to start with Death's Advance. So Death's Advanced is a pretty simple reputation grind, and it's really similar to everything that we've seen in the past in BFA. Previously with the Covenants, they are very, very similar. That means that most of your reputation is going to be from quest and quest lines inside of Korthia. So the first big part of reputation that you can get is from the weekly quest inside of Korthia, and it is just one per week, and you basically just have to do other things inside of Korthia, and upon completing that weekly, you'll get 750 reputation. Now this will probably be the biggest part of reputation that you will get, because weekly, it's a very big quest to complete, and they reward a lot for it. So completing that weekly every single week will get you 750 reputation. Moving on, we now have the dailies. Now currently dailies, they show up anywhere between 3 to 5 dailies every single day that you can complete inside of Korthia. Now for my example, I'm going to take the low end, so I'm going to take the 3 dailies per day. However, there's a possibility that you will get even 4 or 5 dailies per day to complete, just depending on how lucky you are and how the dailies are set up. So with that being said, each daily will give you 125 reputation each, and with being 3 a day, that means you will be completing 21 dailies per week, because 3 times 7 days in a week, you'll have 21 quests. So in total, 21 quests times that 125 rep amount, you will make about 2625, so 2,625 reputation per week by doing dailies. So in the broad scheme of things with multiple quests, if you are able to complete all 21 quests per week, you will make almost 3,000 reputation just on that. So that is a very big chunk as well. However, you do have to be dedicated because you do have to make sure you complete at least those 3 quests every single day. Now, a bonus for this is that there's a possibility that the reward for one of the dailies will be a possible rep token. So that will give you an extra 250 reputation if that daily for that day does indeed give you a token. But that is not guaranteed, and that's something that you're just gonna have to look out for. So if you are only able to complete, let's say, one of the 3 dailies every single day, if there is a rep token for one of the rewards, definitely focus on that one. The next thing in line that we have is the Covenant Assaults. Now Covenant Assaults are inside of the mall, and each assault is based on each Covenant, and there are 2 per week. Now for NA, it starts on every Tuesday and Friday, because it is 3.5 days per assault. So on NA, it's every Tuesday and Fridays is when the assault changes, and for EU, it is every Wednesday and Saturday. So those are the days where it's going to be changing, so you definitely want to make sure you complete the assault prior to those days, and make sure you log on at least twice a week and complete those. Each assault will give you 350 reputation, which totals to 700 reputation per week. Moving on, we now have the Tormentors of Torghast, which is just a little bonus event that will happen inside of the Maw every once in a while. Now what this is just a little event where you have to kill a lot of elites, so definitely grouping up with people will help this, so you just want to complete this at least once a week. Now every single Tormentors of Torghast that you do complete, you'll gain 100 reputation. However, if it is your first time completing it for that week, you'll gain an extra 200 reputation. So in total, if you do it once per week, you'll gain a total of 300 reputation for completing the Tormentors of Torghast. Then we have a specific world quest inside of the Maw, which a picture of will be on the screen right now, and completing this, you will gain 200 reputation with Death's Advance per week. Now, the very beneficial thing about this is if you complete it, there's a possibility that they will drop you a rep token or a chest that has the rep token, and that token can give you 1,000 reputation. So doing this world quest, I would say, is one of the priorities because yes, it only gives you 200 reputation guaranteed. However, if you are very lucky and do get that extra token, that is an extra 1,000 reputation, which can boost you ahead of a lot of people. Then, when you're doing this world quest, there's a possibility that a separate quest item will drop, which is called the Hellsworm Battle Plans, and if that does drop, that's an extra 200 reputation, and you can get one of these once per week. So, in total, doing that world quest, you will gain about 400 reputation, with the possibility of 1,400 reputation if you do get that extra token. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about is that there are rifts inside of Korthia. However, to gain access to these rifts, you have to be tier 4 with the Archivist Codex, which we'll be talking about in just a little bit, so these are not going to be available to you right off the bat. However, you can find people who do have the ability to open these. Basically, once you are tier 4 with the Codex reputation, you can buy keys, which opens up these rifts, and so everybody in Korthia will get a notification whenever these rifts open, so you can also just go hop in somebody else's rifts, complete it, and there will be a weekly quest item inside of each rift, which will give you 200 extra reputation. So not everybody is going to have access to this right off the start, but if you do find somebody who has a rift key, you can utilize these to your advantage. So rifts will also give you a ton more reputation if you can complete all of them per week. So after talking about all of these, we have our weeklies, dailies, we have the Covenant Assaults, we have the Tormentors of Torghast, we have World Quest, then we have the Rifts. If we add that all together, you are guaranteed 4,775 reputation per week. Now this is strictly just from the things I stated. So every week we will get more campaign and we'll get more quest lines for the actual storyline of Shadowlands. So of course that reputation that we'll get from completing the campaign is not factored into this. So technically you'll be getting more than this almost 5,000 rep number per week. However, let's say you didn't do the campaign, or this is just how much bonus reputation that you can get per week by completing all of the activities. Now, of course, like I said before, I'm only factoring in that you do the Tormentors of Torghast once. So if you do it 5 times, that's 300 the first time, and then 400 more reputation because you get 100 the other 4 times that you complete it. So depending on how active you are, and let's say you do multiple world quests, you get more dailies, and you get 5 per day or something like that, you will be getting more reputation, but it is guaranteed that you will get about 4,775 reputation per week. Also, keep in mind that there is an extra 1,200 reputation that you can get because that is from the rifts. You can get a possibility of 200 reputation per rift that you can complete for that week, and also there's a possibility of getting that rep token from the world quest, which gives you that bonus 1,000. There's also rep tokens from the dailies and everything, so there's a possibility that you can get a lot more rep. However, the guaranteed amount is a little bit under 5,000. So with that being said, you can get a pretty good amount per week, and within a few weeks you should definitely be exalted and you can get all your rewards. The big things to talk about with the rewards is Crafter's Marks 3, which is going to be very good for all the gold makers here, and there's also cosmetics, there's toys, and there's also mounts that you can get for reaching exalted. So this is really good for anybody, and we are now going to move on to the Archivist Codex. Now, this reputation, the Archivist Codex, is very, very unique, and I actually really like how this works. Now, the way that you actually gain reputation is through collecting relics. So a lot of you have probably already gotten these relic tokens that are probably flooding your inventory by now, kind of like Anima does, and turning in these tokens or turning in these relics to the quartermaster will actually give you reputation as well as currency to spend with the quartermaster. Now, the best way to get these relic tokens is actually from killing rare mobs and getting treasures inside of Korthia. So kind of just like Anima, as you kill rare mobs, as you loot chests, as you complete quests, sometimes you will get these relic pieces, which once you turn in to the quartermaster, they will gain reputation. And also when you complete a quest for the Codex, you will also gain reputation. Now, when turning in these relic tokens, the reputation is based on how much research you get. Now, the Archivist research is the currency for the Codex reputation. However, the research that you do turn in is actually how much reputation you get. Now, it is a 1-to-2 ratio, as in you will get 1 reputation point for every 2 research that you turn in. This means that let's say you kill a rare mob and you pick up a token that's worth 50 research. Once you turn that in, you will get 50 research for your currency, and you will also gain 25 reputation towards the Codex faction. So this is how it works with killing the rare mobs and looting treasures. Sometimes the very rare mobs will drop a piece that is worth 250 research, which once you turn that in, that is 125 reputation as well as currency towards this faction. So it is a 1-to-2 ratio, as in 1 reputation to 2 research, and this is pretty nice because not only are you gaining currency, you are also gaining reputation at the same time. Now, there's one way to speed this up, as there are specific one-time relic quests that you can complete depending on what tier you are inside of the faction. So tier 1 is the lowest, and then it goes up to tier 6, which is technically the exalted level, quote unquote, and each level there are different relics that you can turn in, and these gain a lot of reputation. So on screen, I will have a map which is provided by Wowhead, and all of this information is also provided by Wowhead, but the relic maps will be on screen about the locations of each everything is, and I'm going to tell you exactly how to get it and what to do. So for tier 1, there are 5 relics that you can collect. Now 4 of them will be on the screen now, and all you have to do is go to that location. There will be a quest marker. You pick up that item, and that item will give you a little bit of a quest line that you have to complete, and then you turn it in to the quartermaster. Now some of these are simply kill 20 creatures, one of them is collect 12 items, and these are just very simple to do, and they each give you a lot of reputation. Now, every relic that I'm going to be talking about is giving you 500 reputation. So at the end of the day, if you complete all of them, you will get a lot of reputation, and this can definitely help you boost your way through this faction. Now, with the rank 1 relics, going back to those, there are 4 of them which are displayed on the map, and then there is one special one which you have to actually loot Pile the Bones, and once you collect 20 of them, you are able to turn them back into the quartermaster. But once you complete that, that is 5 relics completed for about 2,500 reputation. Moving on, at tier 2, there are 4 more relics that you can collect, which are actually inside of locked chests. Now, the way that you can actually get these chests unlocked is that the quartermaster sells 4 keys for about 25 research each, so it's only going to cost you 100 research, and you need to pick up 1 of each of these keys. Now, 1 key basically unlocks 1 certain chest, so just having all 4 will make sure you can open all of these. Once you open these, you will gain the 4 quests, which you just return back to the quartermaster, and that will give you an additional 2,000 reputation. Then we have tier 3, which will unlock 4 more relics, and you get these relics from the chambers, which you will need to buy teleporter repair kits in order to access these chambers, which is once again sold by the quartermaster. Buying these 2 kits, you go inside of the 2 chambers, and there are 2 relics responding in each ones. Of course, pictures will be on screen. Tier 4, there are 4 more relics that you can pick up, and these are from rifts, which I just talked about earlier with the Death's Advance faction, but once you hit this tier 4 level, you will be able to buy repaired rift keys, which you just spend. There are the location of the rifts on the screen, and 1 relic is inside of each rift. You just go there, use the key, open the rift up, you can kill the mob and loot the mob, which will also give you some bonus reputation, and then you just pick up the quest and you return it back to the quartermaster. That is an additional 2,000 reputation. Then lastly, we have tier 5, which there are only 3 relics, and you get these by interacting within the swords on the map. There are swords that are basically halfway stuck in the ground, and interacting with these, if you have a certain item, will give you the respected relic, which you can just once again turn into the quartermaster. Now, how you can actually access these swords is that you need to buy the research report ancient shrines inside of the quartermaster. So just like the previously 2 tiers, you will need to buy repair kits, the repair rift keys, as well as this research report in order to complete all of this. But with that being said, that will give you another 1500 reputation. In total, if you complete all of the tier 1 to tier 5 relic quest, which of course you will not be able to do it at the same exact time because it does require the tier to be unlocked. But once you complete all of these, that is 20 relics, giving 500 reputation each. That is an additional 10,000 reputation based on everything else if you just do these one-time quest lines. So this is probably one of the best ways for you to actually gain reputation with this faction. And of course, killing the rares and the treasures is what you're going to have to mainly focus on, because once you do these quests once, you can't go back to them. But if you do have the opportunity to actually do these one-time quests, it's definitely going to be very beneficial, because that is just an extra 10,000 reputation just waiting for you to complete. Now, actually, when I was doing the intro to Korthia, I accidentally completed some of these relic quests, and I didn't even know it. So looking around the map, being vigilant, and just looking for quest marks, which might not be on your actual world map, however, it'll show up in the mini-map or just in front of you. Be sure to pick those up and complete those, because you never know if it's going to give you a ton of reputation. And yeah, guys, that is basically it for these 2 reputations. Now, the reason why people do want this Codex reputation is because it unlocks the Chained Isle Crafter's Marks, which is very nice for people to have to sell on the auction house. And at tier 6, you can also buy the item, which adds a socket to a Shadowlands Season 2 item, which is very good for current content players. There's also a ton of domination gear, as well as mounts that you can buy with this faction as well, and that is just a main reason for people to actually level up this faction. But with that being said, that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to join the Discord down below. If you have any questions for me, you can DM me personally, or you can just message in the whole Discord and have multiple people's opinions about whatever question you may ask. This can be gold making related, this can be WoW related. It really doesn't matter, we're a community there, so be sure to join that if you are looking for a little community that you can join. Also, I live stream 4 days a week on twitch.tv, so be sure to check me out there. It's just PenguinR2GT. I'm live 4 nights a week, and hopefully I will see you on stream. But yeah, guys, that is it. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy. Please let me know if I missed something, or if there's anything that you would like me to make a video on. I am here for you guys, and I'm trying to help out as many people as possible. But thank you guys so much for watching, and of course, have a good day.